Well, we're just together, so so far so good. Although a lot of them played together in the PNG game, actually, funny enough. So, and the rest of the group obviously has been a core of the side or the squad for the last 3 or 4 years. So I think they'll come together pretty well.
In this preparation, do you need to do any more kind of team building, given a lot of these guys?
There'll be a bit of that, but yeah, most of that sort of thing comes from hard work on the field too. We're here to play footy. That's the first thing. Obviously, to get to know each other, particularly, is another thing. But over the month or so, it'll be that'll happen anyway. But right at the moment, the main thing is, as a team, we need to be able to play as a team. So we've got to get our language right, get all our on-field stuff right. And in the meantime, now that they've come into camp today, I think they'll soon start to do all the little things that footy players do, good things. When you eat, sleep, and train together, generally it comes together pretty quickly.
There's obviously a lot of exciting youngsters that the public are going to get to see in the Kangaroos jersey, but obviously a bit of a shame not having Jared Hayne there.
Yeah, but look, I think it's reinvigorated the team, let alone the public who are going to say, we'll have a look at this. The Kangaroos, have got new faces. That's going to be interesting. So it's, I think they're keen to see them play in the jersey. We've still got a very, very good core of senior player there. Upwards of 15 of them or 16 of them played State of Origin. So if you played State of Origin, I think you can play Test match footy. So, although Guiras and Tupus and that sort of player haven't played much Test footy, they've played a lot of State of Origin footy.
How big a blow was Haynes' decision to withdraw?
Oh, look, time will tell. But I mean, at the end of the day, he's a quality player, so we didn't want him out. But he's as I've been saying, he's got a itch to scratch, and he's gone off to do that. In the meantime, it just moves the younger blokes again, a little closer to being able to get a starting spot. So I'll give it to someone. We'll announce that team probably next Monday. But so there's some 2 or 3 really good kids there. One of them will get it.
Were you disappointed or that Haynes' decision came after he was selected for the Kangaroos?
Oh, but I'm not going to delve into it too greatly. I mean, it would have been nice to have been, but they obviously had reasons they couldn't. But it would have been nice to know and not have to worry about it. But at the end of the day, we sorted it out. And Moylan came into the squad. He was pretty happy. He's not worried about Jared leaving. He did really well in Papua New Guinea for the Prime Minister's 13. So, you move on. It's like an injury. You get used to those things. So, and the next kid comes through. That's what happens.
What sort of knock-on effect do you think Haynes' decision will be? I mean, Inglis has already been thrown out there as another possible target.
Look, I really don't want to start, speculating about what might or might not happen. We see this with AFL. We've seen it with rugby union. You don't see it too often with NFL. You've had French rugby, Japanese rugby. Who knows who are out there after them? But at the end of the day, if that's what they want to do, they do. We've just got to move on. The sport, there's been some champion players not playing anymore who we thought we'd never replace, Some of them, like Joey Johns and these sorts of people, are immortals. And this group replaced them and have equalled, if not surpassed, some of the things past sides have done. And I'm sure that there'll be another player come in, and there'll be another player come in. There's always a generation of players coming through.
So England's in a similar situation to us with 9 debutants coming through.
Yeah.
Is that sort of even a theme for 4 Nations now?
Well, it could be, because New Zealand went through a bit of that with the mid-year test against us, and everyone said, how young are they? And that's, it's not going to be much of a game. And for 60 minutes, they had their foot on our throat. So it took a fair bit of work to get out of that. So, young blokes bring enthusiasm. They bring a few mistakes too, but today's generation, they're not fazed by it. Not like my generation, who would have probably panicked at the thought of playing in a test side. These guys are ready to play. So 5 of them played in a grand final 2 weeks ago. They've also played rep footy this year in city countries, and as I said, 15 or 16 of them have played State of Origin of some sort, some quite a bit. Jennings, for instance, has only had 2 tests, but he's had a whole heap of State of Origin games. So, I don't think it's as a rookie a group as people seem to think it is.
Given all the youthful enthusiasm then, in everyone's sides, does this, I guess, could it be one of the more unpredictable formations?
Oh, I think so. Yeah, I think so. Because the combinations are going to cause a few issues for us all in defence. So there could be a few more points scored. So yeah, there'll be some experimenting, some faces that people don't know, as you say, with England. There's, although I've watched a lot of the English footy, I know a lot of the guys that he's bringing over. I predicted the young halfback Smith from Wigan, who's got a kicking game and a goal kicking game. So you know that's overcome a big problem that England have had over a couple of years. So yeah, anything could happen. And it's actually probably evened the competition out a little bit, made it worth watching and coming to. I think, at least I hope so.